Have you ever gone snorkeling or scuba diving and suddenly you've got this big swarm of reef fish around you? They no longer seem to have that naturally timid behaviour. They don't see you as a threat anymore. And that's as a result of repeated feeding from tourists, throwing bits of bread, rice, food scraps into the water because they want to have those up close and personal interactions with marine life. But this is resulting in occasionally aggressive behaviour towards humans, but it's also affecting them at the individual level. We're feeding them food that they're not supposed to eat. Marine life have a very specific diet, very specific gut bacteria. And when we're continually feeding them the wrong types of things, the dominant gut bacteria is going to change and they're not going to be able to naturally digest their food anymore. They're not going to extract the nutrients that they need. And then this can cause starvation. But fish feeding isn't just affecting the behaviour of the fish or them at the individual level. It's also affecting the social structures and the delicate balance of the ecosystem as a whole. Because those fish that are supposed to be down on the reef, they're coming away to feed on the stuff that we're giving them, and they're leaving their territories and their nests vulnerable to predators. But also, as they're feeding, they're no longer grazing on the algae that's on the reef. And then that algae growth is no longer controlled, it's unchecked, which means eventually it's going to outcompete and start smothering the coral. Which means when we go snorkeling and diving, we're not going to see these beautiful coral-dominated reefs anymore. It's going to be covered in algae because we've interfered with that balance. So what can we do to stop this practice of fish feeding and keep that balance within the ecosystem and protect the marine life? So firstly, say no to fish feeding. We don't need to do it. We can go snorkeling and scuba diving and enjoy those interactions without forcing it. Secondly, choose snorkel and dive operators that actively don't support fish feeding or the feeding of marine life. And thirdly, start the conversation. If you see someone fish feeding, don't be afraid to go up to them. Be respectful, but they might not know the impacts of their actions. So just start, just talk. That's all it takes. So don't be part of the problem, be the solution.